Hello and welcome to the Video Game AV Club audio visual. We have the VCR this time, so we chose to watch Super Mario Bros.
With Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, and Dennis Hopper. There's actually quite a few other well-known people in this film.
But they're not on the cover, so they don't matter as much.
They're not. So this is from 1993.
Yep.
Eye-popping special effects is what
Wow.
it says on the back. Surprisingly, it doesn't tell you that it's 1993
effects
on the
We're
video,
very
though.
special.
Yes, that's one way to put it. Ready?
The description of the back of the...
It starts with buckle up and hang on tight.
Yeah, you really need to. Good morning.
The discovery of a parallel universe launches you into adventure of a
Me?
lifetime.
I'm not part of this movie.
You discovered it. What? In the sewers of New York. Mario and Luigi, two wacky plumbers, undertake a daring quest to save a princess in Dino Hatton.
That didn't even work.
I don't even think they said that in the... They just called it Brooklyn. Did they call it Dino Hatton?
I don't remember them calling it anything.
He's like, oh, it's Brooklyn.
So it's Dino Hatton?
It's Dino Hatton. A hidden world where the inhabitants evolved from dinosaurs! Exclamation point. Mario, Bob Hoskins, who's from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and Luigi, John Leguizamo from Regarding Henry.
What?
A movie no one knows about that. Face deadly challenge. This is early in Leguizamo's career, so
I see.
That's okay.
You know, the sloth from Ice Age.
He's in like Romeo and Juliet, and now he's in Enchanted.
He's only the
No,
sloth
Canto,
from Ice
Enchanted.
Age and Bruno and Luigi. That's all I know him from.
He was the clown in, is it Spawn? I think it's Spawn.
What the heck is Spawn?
It's another, no. He's John Leguizamo is actually one of my favorite actors. So
Nice.
yeah.
I mean, he did a good
Summer
job.
of Sam. Yeah, he's been in a crap ton of stuff. He does a lot of one-man shows.
That's sick.
They're pretty good actually, and some of them are autobiographical. So John Leguizamo. They face deadly challenges from a diabolical lizard king, Dennis Hopper, who's also from a crap ton of stuff, but apparently Hoosiers is the show that...
Hoosiers?
Yeah, it's basketball.
Okay.
Sports movies. And must battle giant reptilian Goombas, outwit misfit thugs, and undermine a sinister scheme to take over the world. Blast off for non-stop excitement with Super Mario Bros., the live-action thrill that dazzled moviegoers everywhere.
Did it dazzle you?
So, as a younger person, I have terrible taste in films and television. I gotta apologize to my family for making them watch awful shows when I was younger. So
You know what the
I
secret
remember
is? We all have terrible
Yeah.
taste.
things just they don't age well sometimes. So I remembered actually liking it. I also remember a lot of people really hated this movie when it came out. It is very early 90s, like late 80s.
It's
early
kind
90s.
of awesome.
I think it's considered a cult classic.
It's a
because,
cult classic, yeah.
Again, people I think remember being like, "Oh, what a cool movie," and other people are like, "Oh, that
I
movie's
think the
awful."
people that were mad were the ones that were like, this is nothing like Mario Bros. At all.
It really is not. So it made an estimated $48 million. The opening weekend, it made about 8.5 million, which is not great. But I mean, in the early 90s, is not terrible.
Apparently they didn't make a sequel though, and they set it up for one.
Yes, they did. It's about an hour and 44 minutes, so it's not super long.
Yeah, that's nice. But it felt kind of long.
It did felt kind of long, and I definitely stopped paying attention at some point.
Yeah, you definitely
I was
were
like,
on
what happened
the
to that
ground
thing?
on your phone.
Yeah.
You know we had to watch this for the AV Club eventually. You knew it was coming, decided to start it early.
Yes.
I had the DVD, and I don't remember watching this movie at all.
It is before your time.
It is before my time, but I feel like I have to have seen it at least once.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
But I don't remember any of it, so definitely
It comes back in theaters every once in a while, especially
we
like
could have gone
smaller
and seen it in
theaters.
theaters. We almost did.
Yes, but I'm kind of glad we didn't, because I think it's like sometimes movies you just need a break, like a snack break, to go ignore the movie in the kitchen for a little
Ignore the
bit.
movie. You can't ignore this movie. It's too
cannot.
hectic.
And you have to, like, one thing happens and you're like, wait, what? What's going on? What happened?
I felt like I was watching it the whole time and I missed stuff.
Yeah. So it was directed by Annabelle Jankel and Rocky Morton, and our writers are Parker Bennett, Terry Runt, and Ed Solomon. It does, again, have some really high, like, well-known actors. Bob Hoskins, of course, most people know him from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
But he's been in a crap ton of other stuff, including Hook. That one actually aged well.
So did Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit is also fantastic. John Leguizamo, Dennis Hopper. Our Princess Daisy is Samantha Mathis. Fisher Stevens, who was in another crap ton of movies in the late 80s, early 90s. Fiona Shaw, she is known now for Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
She's Dudley's mummy. And then Lance Henriksen, who just, like, appears for
2 seconds?
2 seconds at the end of the film. He's known for Aliens, is probably what he's best
I don't know.
known
He was
for.
Admiral Hackett in Mass
Yes.
Effect.
He does a lot of voice acting now. But so there, again, quite a few, not a lot of people in the movie. And then Francesca Roberts, who plays Bertha.
Oh, really?
Yes. She was in a bunch of, like, television stuff in the 90s. But so overall, it was a little confusing. It's definitely not Mario Brothers.
We were trying to decide if this was like a thing that was already made. Like, they were like, oh, I want to make a sci-fi and altered dimension thing, and then they're like, you have to make a Mario Brothers movie, and they're like, oh, I can
I
jerry
already have a script for this.
together. Or did somebody really just pull this out of their brain and was like,
When I think of Mario Brothers, this is what I think of.
Got like the synopsis for what the game was about and like the stuff in the game, and they were like, I have a great idea. Because if that actually was the case, I'm impressed.
Based on, I mean, the writers, I had to IMDb them. So the first writer, Parker Bennett, wrote for, like, Sweet Valley High, and so I don't think they have a long writing career, but I mean, I watched a couple episodes of Sweet Valley High. We have another one that they wrote Mystery Date, which I have never heard of. Then we have
board game
and the Thief and the Cobbler. But so it looks like they did not. Oh, this person died in '94, so right after this movie came out. That was Terry Runt. So it doesn't look like they've written, except for Men in Black. The Men in Black writer is the one that wrote.
That makes a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense. And Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Okay, yeah. So this person has a style.
Now you see me too. Levity. So Ed Solomon, I'm going to give credit for all this because he definitely has a style.
We were talking about that, like, this 90s dystopian style that was in those
very, like,
old
punk
movies.
rock.
Yeah, but it's, like, still kind of saturated, you know? Like, it's bright and wacky, future.
Escape from New York.
Yeah, there's a lot of those movies.
Yes. That's the style. And then they're like, you know what would fit in that? Mario Brothers. This super bright screen.
It's alternate dimension with oppressive governments.
Yes. We have to have a political message because it's the 90s. As well as...
What was the political message? Just...
Dictators
be bad.
Yeah. I want to take over the world.
Don't let them turn you into a smooth lizard brain.
De-evolve you. So that's when we started watching it, and then, of course, Hoskins comes in, and he's this, like, New York plumber.
Oh, yeah.
Very, like, Mario's.
Hey.
Charles Martinet, who does the voice for Mario and, like, everything.
Yeah. Mario, Luigi, Wario, Waluigi. He does all of them voices.
He is an awesome person. If you ever get a chance to meet him, please do so. He's super kind, and he's got great stories, but he tells the story of how he got the job, and everyone came in with this, like, New York accent, and he came in with what he had, and he talked about food and stuff like that, and that's how he got
He
the job.
came in with the really Italian. He didn't
Yes,
go.
he's a Mario. He didn't go Brooklyn.
He didn't go discount Italian.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
He's like, we are from
the pizza
Mario."
pasta.
all of the
But I
foods.
get, because, like, I don't know, back then, in the olden days, like, a lot of the cartoons had, like, Brooklyn accents.
Yes.
So when they were, like, it's an Italian.
very
slang.
southern or very like New York, like I'm walking here.
Yeah.
But they decided to go very different with this Mario. But that was probably on Nintendo to be like, please don't bring Mario into this.
Don't bring Mario.
You can have the name. They can kind of look like them.
Well, I thought this is why they haven't made a movie in a while, but now they're making another one. So
Do you think they're gonna do the Mario voice, or is he
okay,
gonna...
so we know what's funny about that. So Chris Pratt, they were like, "Are you gonna do a voice?" And he was like, "I'm gonna do a voice that nobody's ever heard of
It's
before."
the Chris Pratt voice, isn't it?
I hope not. I hope it's not the stinking. What's his name? Emmett from Lego Movie.
Yes,
It's just him.
which is his Parks and Rec voice.
It's just a normal voice.
Yeah.
I don't think he does.
But
voices.
he's like super over the top, like peppy,
like dumb.
Yeah, yeah.
Himbo, full himbo mode. I hope not, because unless he's just goofing with us. I hope he does an accent. I don't think he can.
I don't think he can, but he might surprise us all.
Guess who's playing Donkey Kong?
Oh no!
Seth Rogen.
Oh, that makes sense. I think he's just doing voiceover now.
There's a bunch of other. You can look that up later. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the 1993 live action.
We've all heard that
reboot.
something is coming, and this came before,
Yeah.
and did not get a sequel.
No.
For many, many reasons. But it is very stylized, like you said before. It does not remind me of Mario the game at all.
Why you don't remember that?
I don't remember alternate dimensions in which lizard people like evolve into humans. That also was weird, and I think someone
The
also missed
imagination
science
on
class.
this guy.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm impressed.
All right, are we about to?
They're about to go through the
We're about
plot.
to get into it.
So if you haven't seen it and you want to, now is your time to go do
Pause,
that.
go watch it, and then come back
Because we're gonna go plot point by plot point.
if we remember all.
I was like, there's no way I'm gonna remember this movie. So I'm on the Mario wiki.
And we literally just watched this movie,
Yeah.
and we cannot remember all the things because there was quite a bit that happens. But
The story concerns Mario and Luigi, two Italian-American brothers living in Brooklyn, New York, who have been driven out of business by mafia-like Scapelli
But they
construction
don't really
company.
tell you that about.
No, they
Scapelli?
don't. They bring it up once when Scapelli floods the excavation site.
Yes. And so you see Luigi is sitting on the couch watching some television show, and they get a call to go fix something, and the fact that Leguizamo and Hoskins are brothers.
Are they because he said he adopted him.
He said he raised him.
So
I think
he's
they're
like,
supposed to actually
be brothers.
be
Okay.
brothers. And by the way, Mario's first name is Mario.
Yeah, it's Mario,
But it's
Luigi.
Mario.
They're the Mario brothers. That's how I think it is in the games, too.
Okay. And Luigi, they drive this like crap truck
Truck, and they complain. I guess maybe this is where they talk about the corporation.
that
'Cause
they
I feel
have
like
to
I
get there
missed
as soon as possible.
A lot of dialogue of them in the car talking.
Mario wants them to go one direction, but Luigi has a feeling. He has all these feelings about things in this movie, and they end up all right. So he's like, trust me, I have this feeling. And he takes a shortcut, and they end up getting there. But then that's it. They show you them, like, leaving after that. They made it.
They did their job. Now we move on to,
Oh, no, we missed the...
What?
The beginning of the movie is the lady leaving the...
Oh my god. Yeah, so before that happens,
there's a lady in a cape
yeah, she's in a cape
with some cool
holding
boots.
a thing and
And
running
20
through the
years
streets
ago.
of New
No,
York.
but even before that,
Oh my god. There were dinosaurs.
there were dinosaurs.
And
You get this like weird like Mario Brothers textured
it
picture.
looks like a Game Boy camera took a picture of some trees, and then
They're like, there were
there's
dinosaurs.
like an animated segment of 2 dinosaurs eating, and they're like, isn't this just the life dinosaur? And he's like, yep.
And then a meteor comes. But what if it didn't kill all the dinosaurs?
For some reason, this meteor split the world into
Dimensions.
2 dimensions,
Yes.
one with dinosaurs and one without.
And it all took place in Brooklyn.
And then it said, what, 20 years later? But from where? Because it's definitely not where the dinosaurs...
They're like 20 years before.
Yeah.
And then it looks like the 80s, which is confusing because this is the...
I can't see that much because it's dark.
It's dark.
This lady's in a cloak.
Yeah. She has an egg-shaped item that she drops off at a door. She knocks on the door. She's got crystal. She puts on
the
top of
crystal
it.
in it, and then she's like, goodbye, and runs away. And goes into the sewers.
Mm-hmm. She just climbs down in a sewer, like you do when you're in Brooklyn.
It's a free
It
transit.
was a pretty clean sewer, too. I've never been in a sewer, so I can't tell you what they look like.
It did not look like a sewer, but...
It was definitely a set, because it was sparkly clean. And then
The
Hopper shows up behind her.
Yeah, and that's it. And then she disappears.
And then we're in modern day, which
No, because the nuns...
Oh...
take the thing that they found at the doorstep, the egg. It's just this egg, and it hatches.
They opened it, and it was an actual egg. So it's an egg-shaped, like, metal thing, and then it kind of was, like, Superman thing, and then they open it, it's an actual egg.
It's an actual egg, and then they just kind of look at it for a little bit, and then there's some shots to, like, God stuff, and then the egg cracks, and it's a baby, human baby.
Human baby.
And then we move on to
modern times, and then we see the Mario
brothers
yes
doing their job.
Then we get plotline 2.
Yeah.
Which is Daisy.
Who's a college student archaeologist.
Yeah. She's in charge of the dig. So they're trying to build these buildings with the Scarparelli land, but there's dinosaur bones there. So we can't do construction until we investigate. But his name's Scarparelli, right?
Yeah. Scapelli?
Scapelli? I thought it was Scarparelli, but... It's Scapelli, yes. Played by Gianni Russo. He says, you got to finish your digging stuff now because I gotta make money.
Build stuff.
And she's like, but this is important. I'm gonna find a phone to call the university.
Yeah, they gotta go get a phone.
And she's wearing the most stereotypical
archaeology outfit
in the middle of New York. She's got like the boots, and she's got the
vest,
cut off short.
She's got the
white shirt.
All she needs is the hat.
Yeah.
She's missing the hat. Anyway, she's looking the part.
She's got to find a phone. She's got to call the university.
So she's running through the streets to find a phone.
But then she's being followed by some weird
some weird looking guys.
And that is Iggy and Spike. They're in a taxi cab. They have bought food, and it's hot dogs. And he's like, they said that these were dogs, and so they threw out the bun and just ate the hot dog.
Some dudes be like that.
But the fact that Iggy, who's played by Fisher Stevens, has a braided mullet, like little braids in the back of his mullet, really says enough.
Interesting costume design.
Definitely got the look. They're looking for someone.
Yeah.
And apparently in a bunch of newspapers it talks about missing girls.
Yeah, there's a lot of missing girls.
There's a lot of missing girls.
It's this Scapelli guy threatened Daisy with that.
Oh yeah. These girls have gone missing. You could go missing
go
too.
Next. So
she's like, let me call security from a payphone.
From a payphone
4 blocks
like,
away.
Really far away. Yeah, but so she found a phone, but oops, Luigi's using it to call something.
Occupato, because their truck broke down and Mario has to go in to get some water. And Luigi's got to check the messages, so he goes to the payphone and doesn't listen to a word.
Nope.
And just like hands the phone with
the
message.
There's someone waiting, and he's like, "Oh, you can do it. Phone. Here's quarter. Phone."
How is she gonna call the university? You could call collect. They're not probably gonna pick up.
Probably not. But she managed to call them, and then she thanks them.
She's like, "Hey, it's Daisy. I need help." And she's like, "What? I don't care about money." This is plot line. This is exact verbatim.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I
She's
don't
like, I don't
remember.
care about money.
I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy listening to Mario complain about water prices.
He comes out of the convenience store and he's like, everyone has tap water. I spent $3 on this. And it was definitely product placement because it was Evian and they showed the label
It's a big bottle of
several
water.
times.
That's all I cared about.
I'm like, so your product placement is how expensive this water is.
That's why we don't see Evian very much anymore, I guess.
Yes, there are a lot of product placements in this.
What is the other product placement?
Well, there's the Reeboks.
They said that, but I didn't see any.
It was the boots that made them like
those were
jump.
Reebok
Those were Reebok boots.
branded
Yeah.
boots. I had no idea.
Yeah.
They just look like space boots.
There was like
Ooh.
something else too, but I'm like, after a while, on purpose, you start to forget about it.
There's just too much happening.
Yeah.
My eyes were overloaded.
And then she makes the call, and they're like fixing their truck, and she's like, "Hey, excuse me, thank you."
Stop what you're doing. Thanks.
And Luigi is a little tongue-tied because she is
He's
a
like,
lady.
"Oh, I have a car," and she's like, "Yeah, you sure do." And he's like, "No, do you want to ride?" She's like, "Yeah, sure. That sounds great."
And so there's a whole truck. It's like a delivery truck, but she has to sit on the dashboard.
She didn't want to sit in the back.
And so they drive her
Back to the dig
however many
site.
blocks she walked
She had to walk.
to find a payphone.
And then Luigi asked her out on a date, and she said,
I like
"Sure."
that. He's like, "It's nice to meet me." That's
Yeah.
the best line in that whole movie.
You like to eat
You like to eat?
food?
She's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dinner?" She's like, "Yeah." He's like, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
And
And then-
Mario had to translate. And he's like, "I can do it on my own."
And then they go to dinner at 6.
And it's a double date.
It's a double date because Mario brought his girlfriend, whatever her name was.
It was not Angelica, right?
No,
Or
it was not.
It was like
Angelica.
Daniela.
Yeah, it was like Daniela.
Daniela, yeah. And she's your classic, like, Brooklyn girl, curly haired Italian.
You know.
Yeah. She's like, "Hey, you two, what are you doing later? Because we can just take the car back ourselves."
You
And-
guys can walk all the way home.
Yeah. That was the most awkward conversation either. Because he's
Oh, yeah.
like, "Hey, if you feel uncomfortable, you can leave." And she's like, "Well, if you feel uncomfortable, you can leave." And he's like, "Well, if you're uncomfortable, you can leave, and then I can talk to you about it later."
It was weird.
If you need someone to talk to
Anyway,
you about
they're
being
talking
weird.
about how weird they are. And we're not like other people. Luigi says weird things, and she's an archaeologist, which is a weird profession, but she's a college student, so.
She's like, but so at dinner, that's when we hear about the fact that they're looking more at the meteorite, which may have ended all life on Earth. That's the important thing that they're looking for. And then Luigi caught on that there was also dinosaurs,
Yeah.
but that's not what's important. We don't care about the dinosaurs. It's the meteorite that we care about.
So she takes Luigi to the dig site,
Yes,
where
to
they
show
find
him all
these
the things.
weird dinosaurs that we've never seen before.
But they're in the sewer.
yeah,
Like,
in
it's not
the
just
sewer.
in the ground. They're, like, in the sewer, in the ground. And then they get ambushed by these two guys wearing white shirts.
with the company logo on the back. So
And
you
they-
know where they're from. They're from the what is it? I said Spinelli.
Scapelli.
Scapelli.
They're flooding the...
The dig site
The dig
because they
site.
want it to end faster so they can build.
Yes. And so Luigi's like, "I know I'm a plumber, but I know
don't know.
someone who can fix this."
I don't know how to do anything. I'm not
So
really
they
a
have
plumber.
to go all the way
Run.
back to his house
all the way to where Mario
to
lives.
get Mario, and then they have to come back. And it's not fully flooded yet.
Even though the water was coming in pretty fast.
Yeah. He must have lived like down the street then. I like how we're trying to apply logic to this movie.
I
This
mean,
movie is illogical.
Maybe
all
New
the way
York's a little bit closer together than I think.
around. I mean, they're by the bridge though. They're by the Brooklyn Bridge, aren't they?
I mean, I saw it in a couple of shots, but I don't know
Yeah.
if they live there. I feel like they just use that as setup to be like, look, it's
Yes.
Brooklyn.
We're in Brooklyn. So they're fixing the pipes. Then Mario's a super good plumber, and Luigi is
And this is where we find out,
Hand
right, where
tools.
they're like, that darn
Scapelli.
Scapelli company.
She's like, "Scapelli is flooding the pipes," and he's like, "Oh,
I
that-
hate those
right,
guys.
yes." And apparently, they ruined his life, but
We don't know how, and we don't know.
Mm.
It's a construction company. Did they just not? I don't know.
Did
How
they
does that
not
work?
hire him or
Like weird. We'll never find out. So don't worry about it. Don't think about it too hard.
story? And then idiot 1 and 2 come that were chasing Daisy, and they steal her and knock Mario and Luigi out.
Yeah.
And the whole time
Really
she's
easily.
like, "Help me!"
And then they can hear her, so they're running after her voice. And then they come across this weird room where there's like this sand wall.
It's a rock wall that's like you can like go, it like changes material
It
and
does that very classic thing where a face
it's like
pops out of it.
morphology, yeah.
Ooh.
And Daisy has a special item around her neck that she never takes off.
Ever takes off.
It's a giant freaking rock stone gem thing. It's like huge. It's not like a little tiny thing.
No, it's
Like,
giant. It would
like
hurt if you
people
slept
wear
with it.
those like crystals nowadays, right? That would make more sense.
Yeah,
If
those
it was
tiny
that
crystals.
size of the tiny crystal,
Yeah.
this is like
This is a huge rock.
that would
This would hurt.
to sleep on. And so she's like, Luigi, help me! And of course, Luigi goes to grab her, and he grabs the crystal, and she's gone. And so he just goes for it because he's Luigi, and she's a pretty girl.
Yeah, he just jumps. Mario's a little more like, not
He's
sure
like, what the
about
crap?
this. Eventually, he falls.
Falls
Quote,
because
unquote.
his like hands are up. Like
It looks like he's trying to like
climb a ladder.
climb a ladder, but then the
And
green
they just,
screened
like,
him, and
Turn
then
it
they
around.
turn, and he's falling through this interdimensional portal, and they
And
find
then we're not in
themselves
Brooklyn anymore.
in a strange dystopian parallel world where a human-like race evolved from dinosaurs rather than the mammalian ancestry of true humans.
Yeah, so on Earth, we come from apes, according to this, and the whole hominid thing is not even discussed at all. But they come from dinosaurs, but yet we look the same.
Like I said before, humans find a way.
Kind of way. They're
Uh,
chasing after Daisy and Goomba 1 and 2.
Yeah, Iggy and Spike are cousins, I guess.
They are cousin of Koopa.
Koopa, who's the King Koopa.
Is he king? I thought he was president.
He's a dictator. Dictator Koopa.
Who you apparently have to vote for because there's a
Apparently you
giant
still
billboard
have
of
to vote
him,
for him.
kissing a baby. It
Uh,
is King Koopa.
This wiki says he descended from a T-Rex. I don't know.
I mean, I think that's at the
Is
end.
that why he does his arms like that?
Yeah, he's always holding his arms up. He's super germaphobe because there's all of this like pumpkin guts all
Oh
over
yeah,
the
there's
place.
pumpkin guts all over the place.
But they call it fungus, so
It's fungus now.
all over the place, like growing all over the place. It looks like just a New York set, but it kind of also looks like it's an underground world because you don't really see the sky unless it's
Very cyberpunk.
yeah. And they're trying to get to her, and she gets put in a taxi cab.
She gets with a taxi cab and just looks up at him like, I can't get out of this taxi cab. Oh no.
Oh no. And then they're like, where the crap are we? People are eating these tiny geckos on sticks and it's bad pollution and
Oh, and yeah, they met this street singer guy.
oh, they met that old lady first.
Oh, that's right. They
and
met this
she's
old
got like a
lady.
boomstick.
Cause she's like, oh, you have any weapons? And they're like, no. And I thought she was gonna sell them because she had a big coat on. She was gonna like whip it open and be
She's
like,
like,
would you like to?
Good. And she
And she stuns quote,
Mario, yeah.
There's
But
these
nothing happens
weird
to him though.
stun guns in this where they just kind of don't really do anything to
No.
some people.
It's like a bright light. But then some people it knocks them all the way out. I don't
Maybe it knocks out the dinosaur people. No, I don't know. Anyway, it just kind of like shocked him a little bit.
and she steals the necklace and Luigi doesn't do anything to get
He's
it back.
like, no,
He's
give
like,
it back.
no, wait, that's mine. Or
And
no,
then
that doesn't belong to you.
Some other lady just
Yeah, Big Bertha comes in.
ganks this poor woman.
Her dominatrix red leather. She's got the cool boots. And
Pretty
she's
hip.
just like, it's mine now.
Steals it and bounces away.
She's got these like jetpack boots, which apparently need cartridges. But
you
we
like
didn't
bounce
see that.
like moon boots, but then you can also fly.
Yes.
Did she have like a jetpack on, or the boots also make you
It's
fly?
just the boots.
Just the boots.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's has like red leather outfit.
All right, so she dipped, and then they run into a dude who's playing guitar, and he sings, "I hate King Koopa."
Yeah, this world sucks. We
This
don't
world
have good
sucks.
air or any resources.
I'm giving you plot points, sort of
And then the police come and arrest
world
him.
building through song.
Mhm. But in all that time, cousin 1 and cousin 2 were like, we found the girl. And then he's like, did you find the rock? That's the whole reason why we want her.
Yeah.
And they're like, the plumbers have it.
And King Koopa's like, "I hate plumbers. They're the
Yeah.
worst for some reason."
You better put the plumbers on the alarm or
The plumber alarm.
pull the plumber
Pull
alarm.
the plumber alarm. We have that. We hate plumbers. No
Yeah.
plumbers here.
Because,
Is this where we find out about the meteorite? What it does? Where they're like, it merges the two worlds together.
I think because that was the...
They gotta give your evil villains.
You gotta get the plot.
Yeah,
Like,
so the
I need
plot-
that rock to merge the two because we don't have any resources and this world sucks. So I want to take over the other world. You
Yeah,
idiots.
classic evil villain.
Mhm.
Okay, so then we're back at jail, right?
So Mario and Luigi have been arrested with the street performer.
Yes.
And they bring them to jail, and they're in these little cages. The street performer is right above them. They've gone through. They had the Listerine bath because
They
of the
got-
fungus is ever growing everywhere.
I got CO2'd.
They got their mugshots taken. They thought they were going to be executed. Giant red dots on their head, and then ended up being a camera. And they got the dorkiest looks, like,
Yep.
ah! And that's, of course, on all the wanted posters all over the place.
So they're in jail. They're in the tiny little chicken cages,
Mm-hmm.
and the street performer's giving them some more lore.
It's very 12 Monkeys.
I haven't seen that movie,
Yeah.
so I guess
The
if you
little
know, you know, because I don't.
It's in several movies where you just basically have these like dog cages that are just stacked on top of each other, and that's where the people are being held.
But somebody wants to see them.
Yes, they've been taken.
So they go into the little office thing that's in the middle of the prison. And he doesn't say that he's King Koopa. I don't remember what he says.
Says that he's someone else from like a weird reptile lawyer thing.
Yeah.
And then he wipes his hand with Kleenex because Mario goes in right away and is like,
He wants to shake his hand.
handshake, and then he's like, "Ugh, no," and then
And then
as
he
soon as they
handshakes
sit
him
down he
anyway.
puts his- yeah, that was
weird.
that was weird.
At first I was like, oh, I get it. He's a germaphobe. He doesn't want a handshake. And then he did handshake. And I was like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
But okay, anyway. So for some reason, I think he's asked about the rock. And then Luigi's like, what rock are you talking about?
They don't know why they're there.
And then Koopa tries to pull his eyes out of
yeah,
his
he
skull.
tries to like push his eyes in because he's like, "Oh, King Koopa, he's such a bad guy, and you don't want to deal with him." And they, of course, Mario and Luigi don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they don't know what's going on.
And then he overreacts, and
then he's like, oh, well, I'm the... Or, no, the police guy was like,
Yeah,
no, don't say that about the King
no one
Koopa."
touches King Koopa. And it's like, you touched them first.
And then they went to his evil devolve room. Him and the musician guy.
Yeah, and apparently they
They
pulled them all because he's
brought
got to demonstrate. So that it's like a dentist chair sort of
Strap
thing.
you in.
Strap you in, move you back. Your head goes in a hairdryer.
And he devolves, or he could evolve you.
Yes.
His choice.
But when you devolve, you turn into a large human shape with a tiny
yeah,
lizard
your
head.
body gets bigger, but your head gets smaller, and they're trying to
and your brain gets
They're
smaller.
calling you a Goomba,
Yeah.
but you're a lizard. Or maybe they called him a Goomba. Well, they called him Toad.
Yes, because that was his name.
So the demonstration was on the musician guy, Toad.
And they gave him a harmonica so you can distinguish him from the
Yes,
other
he's
ones.
different.
Yes.
Remember him? He will be brought up later. So they saw that, and then they were going to go do that to Mario
He's
and
like,
Luigi.
oh, they're stupid, but they're strong and they're loyal.
And,
they have matching jackets too.
I don't know how, but Mario and Luigi managed to, like, beat everyone up.
They,
and
they push King Koopa in the devolve,
chair.
but only for like a split second. So his eyeball changes, and then they
I
run
thought
away.
that was going to be a bigger deal. Like, maybe he became more lizard brained
It-
and worse.
It happens when he sees Daisy, like his face changes again. So he's like starting to devolve more,
Okay.
but it's
Maybe that was trying to be a plot point.
not
but
really a plot point.
yeah, so they managed to escape. I don't know how. But
And then the fungus like tries to give him a bomb, but then Mario's like, "Don't touch that. It's
a-
fungus."
ew. Don't touch that fungus.
Luigi's like, "It's trying to help. It's trying to talk to us."
Pumpkin guts are trying to speak to us.
And
They
they
stole a police car.
yes.
They drive around. They do a little fun chase scene.
And the police cars are like on electric.
Oh, they're like bumper,
bumper
buggy
cars.
cars. And they have like giant scoops in the front that say police. They're fun.
And they drive around and they are driving like on top of a car
Mm-hmm.
and then they're shooting these like flamethrowers at them.
Yeah, I couldn't tell, like, was it supposed to be a flamethrower the whole time, or was it shooting, like, bullets?
Well, the other
but
one like shot like a
electricity thing?
explosion thing at the end, but yeah, it was really just flamethrowers.
Yeah.
And then they escape to the desert.
Yep, now they're in the desert, and,
They still don't know what's going on. Oh, we totally forgot
What?
that Mario's girlfriend got stolen first.
yeah. Oh, sorry. So
we're forgetting this whole movie.
when they left the restaurant back in the real world, and Mario and his girlfriend took the car,
Iggy and Spike followed them.
Iggy and Spike was like, "Oh, it's Daisy, but just like
they don't know
in
what
disguise."
she looks like. Yeah.
So then they kidnapped her because they thought that was her, but then it wasn't her.
And then Mario doesn't know that she's
Mario doesn't know
missing because
she's
it's
missing.
the same night, and he's like, "I was supposed to see her the next
We were
day."
supposed to go to WrestleMania
Yes.
together.
So Daisy is brought into the room with a bunch of girls. It's the missing girls from Brooklyn.
All
And
5 of them.
Daniela's there. The girls look similar,
They do.
but Daisy
looks
is
different.
blonde. The other ones are brunette. So I
There's
don't-
one other blonde girl. The
don't know.
long blonde hair, the one with the smoking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's smoking like the whole movie.
That was her bit.
Like where are you getting all these cigarettes from?
It's-
And no one else in this movie is smoking except for her.
That's true. So yeah, that happened. She's in jail now, sort of, with
So
all these
it's-
other ladies.
But it's the guard room. They didn't put them in jail. They put them in a guard room where there's these giant mattresses
that are for the
that are for the Goomba people,
Goombas,
and they're just
yeah.
all hanging out. And she's like, "I don't know what's going on," and they're like, "No one knows."
So the heck are those 2 dudes' names?
Izzy
and Spike.
the dumb cousins.
Told
They did not go after Mario and Luigi. Oh, this is where they come into that stupid mud bath thing.
Oh yeah.
It was gross so King Koopa has a girlfriend.
Yeah,
Sort of.
whatever her
not
name is.
really. Her name's Lena, and she's like fully dressed, sitting in this mud bath, and all you see is Dennis Hopper's King Koopa's head.
Yeah.
And he's like submerged in mud. And
He
the
loves
thing
mud
that he
'cause
likes
it's
about mud
clean and dirty at the
the
same
same
time. Whatever that means.
so weird.
Anyway, they come into the mud bath and they're like, "Oh, they got away."
It's like, why don't you go after them? And they're like, well, they're in the desert.
So, don't want to go in there.
No.
And then he's not happy about that. So he's like, "Meet me in the devolve chamber."
And so they think they're gonna be Goomba'd.
But they're not. They're going to be big brained.
Yes.
Galaxy brain.
But when they show, so they have this screen that shows the brain getting smaller and bigger, and so for the guys, their brain starts the same size as the Goombas,
they already had a small brain.
and so then they make them into a normal size brain. Is what it looked like.
Yeah, and then they can tell you math facts.
Yes. What is the square root of no one cares?
Nothing.
Indubitably.
Big words. My
Big
SAT words.
Oh, and they're going to tete-a-tete together to figure out how to track down Mario and Luigi in the desert. Although Mario and Luigi outsmart them.
I forgot what they did.
Other
Other than the fact that we were talking about how Luigi took off his shirt.
yes, they're in the
And
desert.
Mario has like 2 jackets on and
he's
is holding
carrying
Luigi's jacket. Dude, Mario can handle anything.
Mhm.
Heat, he can be electrocuted.
Yes.
Really
You can be
tough
turned
dude.
upside down through a devolving stone wall.
What a man. How'd they outsmart him in the desert?
I think-
Was this the garbage thing?
No, they this is when they weirdly get tied up and little tiny dinosaur things are like eating a wrapper out of them. I don't remember fully seeing what they did. I think they just got the jump on them because they're unpredictable, Mario and Luigi. And well, they just decide to work together.
Okay.
Because he's like, we need the rock, and he's like, well, we need the girl, and he's like, the only way we're gonna get the rock is with the girl, or the girl is with the rock. So we should work together. And then they're like, dudes, we don't even have the rock anymore. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
well, who has it? Some lady in leather dress. And he's like, oh, that must be Big Bertha.
Yeah, we know her. She runs this club or like frequents this
I
club.
thought it said like she was the bouncer of the club, but it was like her club. I don't know. It was confusing. And
I could see her being a bouncer to the club.
yeah. And so they have to go into town,
Yeah.
and that's the garbage.
Oh, okay. So
Is that the garbage? Yeah,
I think so.
there's the garbage people have cool masks.
I wouldn't say cool,
I mean, it's probably hot in there, but
but is this really how they get back into the city?
they steal the garbage truck and they
It-
put the mask on.
They put the mask on and they go back through the city and okay. I thought that might have been how they got back into the castle.
Oh, maybe that is because it's just the two of them at that point.
That's not true. It's all
All
four
four
of
of
them
them?
because they're next to them.
Oh
Mario and Luigi wear the masks to be like, oh, but they don't get the costume.
no, they just
so
take the mask.
It's kind of dumb. But I mean, it worked.
And he like
so.
plunges him in the face. But that's the only way that he can breathe. I don't know.
Anyway, they're back in
They
town. They
gotta-
go into the club.
And they gotta get dressed up in the ex-wife's clothes.
The clothes the ex-wives gave them.
Of Iggy's ex-wife.
They're like bright yellow and
Red.
orange.
And I think that Mario has like gloves
Mario
on.
has gloves, looking classy,
Yeah.
big shoulder pads.
And they have these like gold necklaces with like big medallions on them.
And so, what was her name? Big Bertha
Yeah.
is wearing the necklace. So Mario's like, I got this. I got the charm.
No one can resist Mario.
And then he goes up to her and she punches him in the face.
Yeah, she does. She's also wearing a spiky red leather dress, which I'm like, how do you sit in that
You don't. You party all night.
where the spikes are on your butt? Like,
The perfect outfit to wear to a club. Get
Don't
away
touch me.
from me.
but you know, Mario's got the moves. 'cause
persistent.
He's like,
And pain
I would
tolerance is off the chart.
I would like for you to punch me in the face again. I've never seen Knuckles quite like that. He knows how to talk to the ladies.
So, and she's like, dance with me first, and then I'll punch you all you want.
Mm-hmm.
So they do a bunch of weird dancing, slow dancing at the club,
Yeah, then there's a
where
slow
he
dance
just went full face into her boobs to grab the necklace
with his teeth.
with his teeth.
And he spits it out
But he didn't get it. So then they have to do like, the little trying to unlock it thing.
from
and
behind.
He eventually got it through very uncomfortable means.
And he, like, dipped, like, right away.
immediately. And she's all sad. She's like, where'd he go?
But the coat check lady has called the authorities because there's a giant poster of them on the wall, and they had to
they
coat
check
check.
their tools.
Luigi doesn't have tools.
They didn't coat check their coats.
No.
They coat checked their tools.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense because it's like a weapon, maybe like a blunt thing.
Yeah.
You have to check that.
He's got a lot of things in the
Hmm.
belt. And it's on a rainbow belt, too.
Yeah.
Way to go, Mario.
The authorities are here now.
The Goombas and the lady. She thinks that she's, like, romantically linked, but I feel like she's just a secretary.
I feel like she's a secretary, yeah.
And so she shows up she's got the tightest outfits I have ever seen. That poor lady.
So she's dressed for the club. She knows where she's going.
She's wearing, like, a leotard, like, boot thing.
So they try to play like football with this necklace where they're like, go along, Luigi, I'll throw it at you, distract her. And they miss, and she just steps on it before it falls through a grate.
Yeah.
And she takes it, and then they run away
Smart.
with the help of Big Bertha.
Big Bertha!
Bertha helps them escape through the
She's
coat
like,
check room?
yeah, because she's like, take the shoes, because there's a crap ton of those, like,
Bouncy
Reebok
shoes.
Bouncy shoes.
Yeah.
But you have to put cartridges in them. That's where we find out about the cartridges.
I didn't know that.
It comes up later. Why you have to put cartridges in them? I don't know.
But they managed
Logical.
to escape.
Yes. Escape through the skylight.
And now...
They have to get in the building. The two cousins,
Oh, the two cousins get caught.
they were also talking about, like, down with Koopa.
Yeah.
He's a fascist. And so they get arrested and taken. And Daisy,
Is given a makeover
yes, she's got a purple dress.
by
that
Lena, who's
used
like,
to be her mom.
which one's Daisy? And then Daisy's eyes flashed a little bit different than everyone else's. So they're like, yep, you.
She's
Get over
like,
here.
you look like your mom. She's like, then why'd you have to ask? But that question was not asked.
So now she's wearing a purple dress and
She's hanging out with a little dinosaur.
Yoshi.
But watch out, because Yoshi bites.
I guess Koopa comes in and be creepy.
Oh, super creepy.
Yeah.
Very 90s, like, rapey, sexual assault.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So that happens in the meantime.
And then Daisy's like, I'm hungry. The musician dude, Goomba.
How do they get into the castle, Mario and Luigi?
They go through
Do you
the
remember?
trash. They fall into the garbage bin, and then they get dumped out front, and then they go through the pipes.
They go through the pipes because then they go into the heating room.
Yeah.
And they're like, this hasn't been used in a while.
So let's turn it off.
Yeah, so now it's cold in one specific area, which is the guard quarters,
Yeah.
because they think that would help them. And this is also, I think, when Luigi finally gets the bomb.
Yes. We see another bomb. That's when they're in that one tunnel, and he's like, jump, just trust me, jump. And he jumps, and Luigi gets caught by, like, a hook around his belt,
Yeah.
which that would be an uncomfortable, like, jump hook. And then Mario jumps and he falls.
Yeah. He didn't
He's
believe
like,
hard enough.
Luigi's like, oh wait, I'm on a hook. But he was saved by the fungus.
Yep. Trust in the fungus.
Because the fungus is King.
The old king, King Bowser.
Yes, who got de-evolved so hard.
So hard.
He's just this gross lump of goo that like
Koopa
drips.
comes in and
So gross.
criticizes him.
He's like, I got the rock. I'm gonna be king of everything.
But you know who has the rock? It's Lena.
Yeah.
Who comes and is like, I wanted to talk to you, King Koopa. And he's like, not right now. Nothing's going well. And then she's like, I'm gonna
do it on my own.
I'm gonna do it on my own then. I hate you.
I thought we were more.
And then Koopa orders a pizza.
That takes forever. And it's got all gross stuff on it, but no worms.
The way that they have to do computer screens in this.
They have to click it with like
With a laser gun, which was crazy when he first ordered the pizza, and he was like pointing a gun at the screen, and I'm like, what is he doing?
He's operating the screen and
I guess so.
waiting for his pizza, which takes forever.
Yeah,
Like there's a lot of stuff that happens, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Your pizza's here," and he's like, "Not now."
so anyway, back to Daisy, who is hungry.
She's hungry, but she's a vegetarian because
Toad comes in,
Yeah, the
and gives her
musician.
like liver.
it's like slabs of meat,
Yeah.
which you could have given to your
To
little
The
dinosaur
dinosaur
friend.
guy who wanted it more. So she's like, "Can you give me veggies?" And but
Steamed
then
veggies.
Lena comes in.
Got like a knife on her dress.
She's like, "This used to be my office space. Isn't this cool?" And she's like, "Yeah, whatever. Can you get me out of here?" And she's like, "I can get you out of this life."
Yeah, tries to attack her.
Yoshi bites her with her
Foot.
bites
He,
her foot with his tongue.
He like has her whole foot in his
As
mouth,
Yoshi would say, little, what is it?
Little.
Her foot.
and then she stabs Yoshi.
Yeah, but then that gives Daisy enough time to escape
Escape. And
run
she's
away.
running down the hallways.
and runs into
Toad.
Toad, who has the steamed veggies.
Oh,
So
so nice.
what a bro. And then also two guys who are holding Spike and whatever his name is, Izzy.
Izzy.
Iggy. Spike and Iggy, and
They're trying to talk
she's
their
just
way out of
standing
it.
there. Behind her is with the steamed veggies. He's like, steamed veggies, and they're like, help us. She's like, and then
She turns to run, and then the other Goombas holding the Iggy and Spike light him on
Blast.
fire.
blast Toad on fire, and Daisy feels bad enough that she grabs a fire extinguisher and puts him out. But that gave Iggy and God, why do I? We
Spike.
just talked about them.
Spike.
Spike and Iggy enough time to escape, and they're running. We get their
With her,
team.
yeah. Now they have her, and they're running because they know where to go.
Yeah.
But they take her to her father, and that's where we see the goo stuff. And then they just leave her.
This is where we see them using the screen with the
Well, that's because the Yoshi comes in, and she has to pull the dagger out of him, which we're like, don't do it. And then for some reason, he's got he's like tied to the wall, but he escaped, but he still has the collar. And so
she takes it off, which she could have done this whole time,
she
but
could
she
have done it the
didn't.
whole time.
It's very confusing. Anyway,
And then she's got the laser gun that activates the computer. And she's like, Luigi, help! But it's like all over the building.
so her dad is Fungus from Pipes, right? So they have this little
Like in a tube
puppet
they do.
thing that comes out, and I thought it was gonna have a face
Or an
at least,
eyeball.
or
something like that.
something. It does not.
It's
It's just a big goo. It looks like a loogie
Yeah. It's
coming out of a tube, and
you have the stuff dripping off of it. It's so gross.
anyway, she's using the Nintendo gun on the
The
computer
Duck Hunter gun,
screen
yes.
and calling out to Mario and Luigi. Eventually, they meet up. That
But
works
the whole
out.
building can hear them.
Everyone knows.
And then
she's like, Mario, your girlfriend.
She's like, Daniela's here. And he's like,
He's
wait,
like-
what?
He was like, oh yeah, I was supposed to take her to WrestleMania, and she's like, no, not that.
She's
in
about
this-
Daniela, yeah.
And then they split up for some reason.
And then Daisy and Luigi get captured right away.
They run out the door right when Koopa and his dudes are out there.
So Mario goes to save his girlfriend, and he's like up in the top, and they're in the guard room with guards, and so he's like, hey, Daniela, it's me, Mario. But he doesn't say that because that would have been awesome, but...
No, but he lips says it.
Yeah, and then so she goes to get one of the other girls, and she's like, shh, don't say anything but my boyfriend. And she's like, it's Mario!
And then Mario has to improvise.
Yeah.
There's only one guard in there, and he's coloring, so...
Yes.
I mean, he's pretty distracted.
Mhm.
Granted, That was a pretty good design. That was a good drawing of a dinosaur.
Yeah, but his coloring was awful and outside the lines. I can't imagine that would have been easy to move in that suit anyways for that poor actor.
They probably couldn't
We did miss the whole dancing Goombas in the elevator.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of
Which was
a thing.
odd, but then, like, started again later.
So when they were in the room with the pipes turning on the AC, I guess, they found the Mario Brothers outfits. Mm-hmm. So they put them on in the elevator, but then like the dudes came in and they were hiding behind them because they're so big, but they're so dumb.
And then like another group of people came in.
There's like 4
and then they had to go to the other side of the elevator. And then another group of people came in.
And then Luigi's like, no one can resist dance, so he just grabs them gently behind
elevator music and he starts rocking them. And then they start dancing together.
And that gives them enough of a distraction to leave.
Out of the top of the elevator.
That was insane.
Everyone loves to dance.
That's what Luigi says.
I mean, it does come in at the end. But also Toad wasn't there for that, so there's some continuity issues.
Well, I think Toad was there for that because I think he was the last one.
I thought he was getting stuff for Daisy.
The elevator. That was later.
We just watched this movie.
So back to, what are we talking about?
So Mario saves his girlfriend. And
all the other girls.
They take the mattress and they go down the pipe, which has been like frozen over. So it's bobsled. And then the other Goombas are behind them trying to get it. And one of them gets knocked out by icicles. And then Mario, who's at the front of the mattress. And I really think he should have been at the back of the mattress. But he's the actor, so you just see him.
Every time the Goombas get hit, the girls are like, yay! Yeah. Clapping.
And then so he puts like one of his tools in there and it knocks them off their mattress thing too, but then the other one just rides one of them.
Yeah.
And then they are in the middle of town for some reason.
Shoot out in the middle of town. How did Daisy and Luigi escape?
Because the mattress ran into them all.
Yeah, but they were in the town, but how did they escape from getting captured?
They were handcuffed together at that point, remember? So King Koopa brings out Daisy, Luigi, the 2 cousins, right?
Bike and...
Yeah,
Baby.
They caught all of them, and then they're walking in the middle, and then this mattress flies out in the middle of the air, and like...
It's like downtown.
Yeah, it's weird. It hits them, knocks them down, like somebody runs into a popcorn machine and
antics.
And then the fight begins.
And Luigi's like, Mario, gotta trust the fungus.
Yes, trust the fungus. But then Mario's like, here's my whole bag of tools. Please take your handcuffs off. And then Luigi's like, wait, you can have my empty bag of tools. Take my belt. You're going to need it because it's got the bomb in it.
I think we missed the section where... No, we didn't. Yes, we did. Where Luigi and Mario meet the goop guy. Oh, I guess that doesn't really matter.
The king?
Yeah, they meet the king. I don't know if that matters, but they meet the king when they save Daisy, and that's when they're like, it's been helping us this whole time.
Yeah. Well, because also Luigi, like, the mushrooms turn when he's nearby, and he's like, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah. I don't know. I figured that helps with the help the fungus thing.
Yeah. He's like, trust the fungus.
Anyway.
Oh, also when they fall, the fungus helps Mario. It, like, is a trampoline for him.
Yes.
When he's and like, just trust it, jump.
He's using it to fly across to where Koopa is.
At first, they run into a display of the magic shoes. And they use that to hit people. He just, like, throws shoes at people and they explode on them.
I'm trying to remember what the heck is happening. There's a lot of stuff going on in this scene.
There is. And then Lena is...
Because Koopa has the necklace. And that's why he was taking Daisy. Because he thinks Daisy's the only one that can merge the worlds. Yes. So I'm assuming he's just taking all the prisoners that he captured to that weird section of the in-between with the sand and the rocks.
Oh, because Lena was taken by the military people because she tried to advance the plan. And then they told Koopa, and Koopa's like, I didn't order that. And they're like, Lena
did.
And so like, that's why he has the crystal.
Yeah, so she got arrested, but then she's out.
Because she was with the group. Of people that got hit by the flying mattress.
The ginormous flying mattress.
With like 6 people on it.
So Mario uses the fungus to swing to Koopa, and it knocks the necklace off of his hands.
Yes, and Lena picks it up.
Lena picks it up, but doesn't Mario like pretend like he still has the necklace?
Yeah, he gets, so Koopa is like in this weird pot thing above that has like rocks in it, and he's looking for it, and then Mario takes off his shoelaces and is like, haha, I have it. And they're fighting it out.
They're basically just having a stare down at
Yes.
each other on this like balcony thing.
And then Luigi takes the ladies to tell them like, hey, it's coming, like you need to go back to
War in
our
Brooklyn.
world. War in Brooklyn.
But the dinosaurs in the alternate dimension.
And Lena's there, like super.
She's like, I'm just gonna merge it.
Yeah,
I'm just
she's
gonna
trying to
do
put it in, but it's like there's all this energy coming from
It's
it.
not working. She's
she's
getting like electrocuted.
Yeah, she's
She
like,
also
it feels fantastic.
got electrocuted trying to get the necklace.
And turns into a skeleton. With
No.
her earrings are still there.
Strong, powerful.
Strong earrings.
Yeah, and then Daisy's like, I'm the only one who can do it. I can handle the
So
energy.
because she merged it. She pushed it in, so Daisy's
So they're
got
trying to
take
get
it
it out, but she can't get it out. So she's like, Luigi, come over here. And Luigi's not handling the energies,
No.
but he has plumber tools. So
Yes.
they're using a
And if you're using a corkscrew,
crack it open.
like a wine bottle.
In the meantime, in plot B, Mario drops the bomb.
But he pulls it out and he
Never-
doesn't know what it is, and everyone's like, "It's the bomb, the bomb, the
Oh
bomb."
my gosh. And so he just, he lets it
twists
go.
up. It lights.
It walks
That thing
very
walks
slowly
so slow.
forward and then falls. And then it's like, oh,
No,
nothing happens.
Koopa has this like flamethrower, but Mario just like blows it out.
Nothing can stop Mario. He's unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Mark that
freak.
one.
I wish I remember what happened because this was chaotic as heck. I don't know what was
Well,
happening.
so the bomb is going through all of the fungus and it's like pushing it out, and then they start to dematerialize, and then they end up in Brooklyn, and he's like, "Oh, it's Brooklyn," but
Where did they get the de-evolution guns?
the Goombas behind him had the de-evolution guns. Why they didn't use it in the first place, I don't know. But they de-evolve. There's the ladies are there. They're like, look, police officers. And then Scarpelli is there because it's the dig site. He gets de-evolved into a chimpanzee.
Yeah, Koopa de-evolves him.
So he turns into a monkey. The other guy picks him up, and then Luigi gets the thing out, and then they go back to that town. That only happens, they disappear and come back once. But why Mario like disappears, even though that's his place, was weird. Then they're fighting again, and then the bomb goes off. Mario has the de-evolve gun, and he de-evolves Koopa. And he turns into a little T-Rex.
During the big finale, the worlds merge, during which Spinelli gets his comeuppance. I love that word. When Koopa devolves him into a primate, but Luigi takes back the rock and the worlds separate. Mario fights Koopa and eventually wins when he and Luigi devolve him, making him a Tyrannosaurus and then a primordial slime.
Luigi puts on the magic shoes.
The brothers save the two worlds from the cruel dictator, with his crime against humanity and Daisy's father back to normal.
Yeah, Daisy's father just kind of like poofs back to normal. Like no one like changes him, which was weird. But it's like super famous actor Lance Henriksen for all of 2 seconds.
He reclaims control over the kingdom.
And then they're like, let's go home. And Daisy's like, but I am home. And her and Luigi.
They kiss. But she stays. Her and Toad and Yoshi are there.
Yeah, it's their
And they
world.
stay. Mario and Luigi goes back. And then 3 weeks later, Daisy comes in, busting through with like Mad Max attire and a gun. And is like, quick, you have to come back to the Mushroom Kingdom. And they're
Yes.
like, yep, we'll do that. And then that's the end of the movie.
And then there is an after credit scene, which was also weird.
Nintendo execs come in and are like, we want to make a video game based on your story, but it's not Mario and Luigi.
It's Spike and Iggy. And now you too know the plotline to 1993's Super Mario Bros.
Sort of. I couldn't tell you how the thing ended. It was
There's a lot of stuff happening.
complicated. The whole fight scene, I didn't know
But
what was going
they
on.
get helped out by like all the people that they interacted with in the world, which is usually what happens, right? Your side quests and
You would hope so.
Yeah.
If you're a good video game, maybe. But
Because Big Bertha comes back and
yeah, everyone else helps him around the city. I guess maybe.
no one likes Koopa.
I don't have anything else to say about it.
So would you watch this again? Maybe in like 10 years when you forget that you watched it. Did it deserve a sequel?
I would have loved to see a sequel.
It would have been probably better. This is Daisy. What happened? I mean, you don't have Peach.
You do not have Peach.
So we're missing some essential Mario Bros. It's definitely not a Mario game.
I would play this game. This is a game. I'd 100% play this.
Yeah?
It'd be fun.
But it's very different than like
it's not Nintendo vibes.
It's not Nintendo vibes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was fine.
It was a little confusing.
It was weird. It was confusing, but I don't think that's always a bad thing.
No. I mean, you have like some serious actors.
I have some trivia here from the Mario Wiki.
Okay, let's play.
Dustin Hoffman it's not trivia, it's just like fun facts.
Oh, fun facts. Okay.
Dustin Hoffman begged to be given the role of Mario due to the fact his kids love the video game. Despite his pleas, the role went to Tom Hanks. I'm sorry.
Wiki.
Okay, you know what? Don't trust the wikis.
Are we getting, I feel like we're getting punked.
I feel like I'm getting punked, yeah.
And that is Super Mario Bros. So
that's Super Mario Bros.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
But
it's definitely different, and I know that a lot of people don't like it when their video game movies aren't one-to-one sometimes.
Yeah, but then with like Tomb Raider, they also stole stuff directly from the game, and I feel like that's
you can't win. You're always gonna lose.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna hate your adaptation. Because nobody's gonna.
But I do feel like if this was made today, it would have gone straight to streaming. It would not have come out in theaters.
Maybe we'll see how the next Mario movie does.
We will see. It's a Mario.
It's a goodbye.